saw the continental finals of Europe over the last 3 days, and now we get to the real juicy tournament.
Juicy indeed. There's a lot of big teams come into this to go into what is already a very, very well, talent-filled lineup of the teams that qualified from the European. So great stuff. There are no bad matches.
Now let's talk a little bit about the groups. In Group A, we've got SK, MYM, MTW, MIBR, Gravitas, and ATS, who are, of course, now Mirror. In Group B is Crack Clan, Alternate, Fnatic, EG, wemade, Fox, of course, and X3O. Group A surely is, you know, the crazy group out of those two.
Actually, I disagree. I think Group A is the easier to predict. I think those 3 European teams at the top will go through. SK, MYM, MTW. Not in that order. MTW will go through in first. But then in that second group, how do you pick between probably 5 of those 6 teams? You'd expect Alternate to go through. They got to the European final. But Crack Clan, Fnatic, EG, wemade, Fox are all capable of beating one another on it, depending on the map. So I think that one's the harder one to call.
Yeah, Alternate, of course, are the form team really coming from the European finals. They finished second, which was, well, I don't know how many places above what everyone expected, but certainly they weren't expected to go that far. And they didn't even expect it themselves, you know. As I said before the finals game, the only pressure they have is from themselves because no one expected them to do anything, you know. Alternate were the team that managed to get there, and you expected them to kind of just duck out and fade away.
Yeah, I think they would have come into this hoping to finish above and faculty, emulate, and that level, let alone finish above SK, Fnatic, MYM.
Because this game is going to be Fnatic versus wemade, Fox. It is Group B. And, well, we're already live here in the 9th round. And we'll give you a quick rundown of the teams. For Fnatic, we have Get Right, DSN, Khan, Gux, and Forest, who's tagged up as Is No Good, which I don't think is, you know, particularly true, as we've seen from Forest in this tournament. For wemade, Fox, we have Bale, Solo, Glow, Termi, and LSW, who is Garcia from the old Sol Jinhua lineup.
I think if you look at that wemade Fox team, and once you get past the fact that they have the coolest jackets in the world, and move on to how good they are individually, there are players here that can do a lot of damage. The Korean Counter-Strike scene is either hot or cold. I mean, obviously, there's
no in-between,
yeah,
it seems, for that team. I mean, some tournaments, they kind of duck out of the group stage, and that's all we hear from them. Other tournaments, for instance, Extreme Masters Season 2, they finished second behind Mousesports. Obviously, Mousesports not in this global final, and they kind of looking to improve on that and win the tournament. Not sure how it's going to go. I mean, they've changed that lineup almost around about a week and a half ago, which doesn't give them all that much time, you know, publicly, but I'm not sure exactly how long they've been training with that lineup. We can ask their manager later when we have interviews with them. But I think wemade Fox are going to be really good in this one. When we talked to them after the Continental Finals in Chengdu, their manager said they're playing 12 hours a day.
Well, if you can believe that, then they should be doing a heck of a lot better. If you put that type of time in, then you'd be very impressed. We're on the pistol round. Wemade Fox versus Fnatic. Joe, why don't you kick us off?
Yeah, and Fnatic, of course, losing out on that 9th round. We'll start on the terrorist side here, which is, of course, the harder side on Nuke. And they will look to start things off, get that pistol round in, and get some bonus rounds really working up on that terrorist side of this map. We will see the first fight coming in from the new boy Gux. Of course, Gux and Get Right, the new 2 players in Fnatic for 2009, looking to impress here in the World Finals. They had a good start with 4th place in the Continental Finals, and now they look to build on that. Forest will get himself a double as Termi and LSW go down. Bale will get one back for wemade Fox. Only Bale stands at the moment for the Koreans. Well, I don't think it's going to be for long. It won't be. Gux makes it 2 for him. And, well, Fnatic almost too easily took the pistol round there.
Far too easily. They did one thing very straight. Obviously, it being a pistol round, the weapons being inferior, they decided more weapons together are better than one on their own. So they went 5 men together and lined up anything that would come their way as a team. That worked. That got them frags. But wemade Fox didn't have a lot to offer, as now Fnatic will look to close this one out, and it's hard. It's harder for the CT side, having lost that pistol round as well. So, from the Fnatic perspective, they are going to look at this and say, We just need to play this one by the numbers and by the weapons, as they are lined up, waiting, making sure that wemade aren't doing anything out of the ordinary, which they're not. Where are they all? They're all huddled together inside that lower site before the boost.
That's like the end faculty diffuse through the floor boost.
Yeah.
I think that's what they maybe were aiming for there, just boosted up like that. But of course, if fnatic come down here, the chances of them taking this will be awesome if wemade Fox can pull this off, because they are going for that something special here.
Doesn't the bomb need to be planted first?
It does indeed, and well, obviously if fnatic go down into that site, they're going to absolutely rage straight through all 4 of them. But if not, if fnatic go and hit that upper site, this could be a little bit special from wemade Fox.
Well, it's special. Whether it's good kind of special is in the pipeline. fnatic at the moment are not in either site. They're in the ramp room, and they're going to come down this way, and this is going to be a massacre. Here come fnatic, climbing on through, find themselves 1, 2, Bale gets one back, the third frags come in, as does the fourth. fnatic are hunting down LSW, and they find him, and well, it was special, but in a special school kind of way.
Yeah, it didn't quite work out as they planned. Obviously, as I said, fnatic, if they'd have come down, which they did, to that lower site, it was going to be easy for them. wemade Fox gambling rather than going for the kills, you know, hoping to pull something a little out of the ordinary off from that round and diffuse through the floor onto the upper site, which is, of course, possible. And, you know, N Faculty have done it twice now at German EPS. And
but it works, you look great.
Kind of never gets boring to see things like that, because it's so random and so strange that when it happens, it's just absolutely crazy. Obviously, wemade Fox have no money here, and they will start to lose players right from the get-go. Forest will pick off 2, and actually 4 in the end. Great play by the Galil of Forest. And well, wemade Fox now have money. They're able to buy this round, and this should be the first really interesting one of the game.
Yes, the only man on with any frags from wemade Fox is Bale at this point. And he will look for that to change. wemade Fox going to now take it to fnatic. They need this one, because if fnatic can get some confidence in the early parts of this game, it can make things very, very difficult for wemade Fox. And well, now we're about to see what will come. Is no good, otherwise known as Forest, darting around the outside. LSW is, well, was around there, but Forest doesn't know that. Forest has actually got free reign to come on in here. When he rounds this corner, LSW will see him. The other fnatic players are inside, just not the bomb as Khan. Forest position given away by the gunfire there, as he will retreat. Makes his way now around the outside. Has to take a look inside. There's someone right there, but he gets away without it being sighted. There is a Korean player set right in the thick of things there. That nade could have done some damage to LSW, who pokes his head out, does some damage and backs away. Warning shots fired across. DSN gets the frag on a Bale before going down to LSW. That could prompt Forest to move in, but LSW's moved position now. A hold. Nades pinged in by fnatic. Oh, LSW gets the second frag for wemade Fox here, and that will be a 3-on-3 left. fnatic do have the bomb with Get Right. Gux is up, and the other man, is down as well as Glow joins the party. Frag comes in, and a dropping triple frag from Glow. Can you believe it? Mid-air fragging action.
Get Right went down when Glow was in mid-air there. I mean, this wemade Fox roster change itself, but what are your opinions of it? In my, humble opinion, Ari was an absolute beast for wemade Fox, and I think it's a shame that he drops out of there, but I mean, Garcia, LSW, and Glow have come from 2 teams that, in terms of Korean, Counter-Strike, are top of the pile.
Considering how well the Koreans did at the World Cyber Games, I think it's a big surprise to see any changes. I mean, they got third place.
One of them had to go to the army.
Oh, that has struck down the best of the Koreans, a la Boxer. But anyway, back into this round, Joe.
You have to be cool enough, like Boxer, to get the Korean Air Force to actually make a team, just so that you can play games while you're in the Air Force. I'm not sure if that will happen for the Counter-Strike side, but it's always good as well, and quite encouraging for the Koreans in particular that wemade Fox have picked up a Counter-Strike team. Of course, famed for their StarCraft individuals. They have two-time OSL champion in their roster, and well, they of course now picked up Moon for what is kind of rumored to be a ridiculous amount of money per month. 16,000 euros is the rumor per month. That's football style.
It really is, and credit to wemade if they can make it sustainable. They were already selling the merchandise as well. Bomb down here on the bottom site. Gux gets the frag. LSW chimes in with one and goes down to get right. And LSW is down. I did inquire with the wemade manager as to whether I can buy one of their cool jackets. They're not for sale yet, but when they are.
Yeah, they're really cool, actually. They're really stylish and just a little bit different, I think. Especially in Europe, of course, in Korea, where they all wear the same kind of jackets and with the sponsors all over it and things like that. Yeah, and he was showing the merchandise, and they actually have a small teddy bear with a wemade Fox shirt on it. And apparently, within the StarCraft teams in Korea, those kind of things are really, really popular. I'm guessing mainly with lady fans.
But there are a lot of them.
There are a lot of them.
One of the biggest demographics of the StarCraft fan base is sort of 14 and 15-year-old girls.
I guess that's one of the perks of being a StarCraft player. Well, fnatic moving out here onto that upper side. It looks easy for them at the moment. And of course, wemade Fox are on a save here. And actually, Solo comes around. He shoots Guts twice. But actually, he turns around, gets the frag, easy stuff. fnatic 5-1 in the lead here on T's side of Nuke. And, well, 5 rounds, you would probably say that's enough at this point. Well, of course, we still have 9 to go. And fnatic, anything they pick up from now, in my opinion, will be a bonus.
Yeah, I think this is a very, very good start from them. I'd be concerned if I were on that wemade Fox side right now. They are in danger of sinking without a trace. Shots come across now from Glow. Glow will dart back as he holds. Continues to just revert here in the ramp room. fnatic have got, again, Forest on the outside who could cause all sorts of trouble. As he's down to 8 points of health, though. Someone certainly took offense to him. I think it's Termy who's around here. Forest has got reinforcements from DSN, and the pair of them go up against Termy. But in fact, it's LSW who's done the fragging. He's down, Get Right and Gux in the thick of things there. That means that, oh, hello, he's got himself a hat-trick frag. Now LSW finally down. DSN going to work on them. Khan and DSN, though, will both fall. And wemade Fox are on the board.
Yep, they get themselves up to 2 points. And as we said, it's a CT-sided map is, of course, Nuke, and wemade Fox have to really get themselves some rounds. They have to try and claw this back, get things level, and then, of course, start to build themselves up a lead, because if they go into half-time having been behind from CT side, I think they're really going to struggle, of course, going into that harder terrorist side. At the moment, fnatic, though, seem to be full of confidence. We heard Khan a little bit earlier on. He said Get Right was the best player in the world. And he said some quite interesting things throughout that interview, and you should certainly check it out if you've not already seen it. At the moment, you can see Solo, the AWPer from wemade, is actually on the outside, looking up towards the tin roof, and also the red cliff as well, but doesn't see anyone. He will back away. At the moment, fnatic are edging their way into radio room, and then down towards the ramp. Nades come out, Termy will come behind, and DSM will go down. Get Right, not in the greatest of positions there really to defend from anything. He's down to 4 health points. Forest has brought it back to a 4-on-4 though, so this may be a good round for fnatic. We still have to see, lots of time to go, still 1 minute of the 2 remaining. Get Right will find Bale. That's a big frag. It opens up this upper site, and that's exactly where fnatic are going to go. And Termy goes down to Get Right as well. Carmel spray down Solo, and this looks really, really good for fnatic. They're going down now into the lower side, and actually the bomb was planted in upper. Forest and Khan just moving down into lower to give some cover. Let's see where Garcia, LSW, can come from. It looks like he may go for the save of that M4, save himself some money going into the next round, and I think that's a wise choice. I mean, 1 versus 3, probably not going to happen.
Definitely. Interesting point about the wemade Fox side that you'll notice here that you haven't seen from any of the other teams. Their manager is on Ventrilo with them. He is right behind them, headset on, and is very much a part of that side. All the European managers and the North American manager all just stand behind and shout. But the wemade Fox guy more of a Quake-style coach.
Yeah, it is more of a coach than a manager, I think, that whole thing. And if you look on the other side, we now have Sam Matthews, who, I don't know, maybe just got up. He missed the start of the game, but he's there now. And he may offer some words of encouragement to his team. They are, of course, 6-2 up here on the T side of Nuke. And I think, from Sam's point of view, that he'll be quite happy with this and how it's going so far. Of course, you can never count wemade Fox out. Absolutely fantastic team. And they are on the save right now. They managed 2 frags early on. Bale will finally go down along with Glow, both to Forrest, who now gets the bomb down. Well, to be honest, Garcia, LSW, has been on fire so far this game. He's sat at the top of the scoreboard for wemade Fox, 10-6. Solo and Termi, who are 2 of the stronger kind of old school members from the the Eastro days, are at the bottom with 1-7 and 1-9. There goes Forrest as well to LSW, but Get Right will hold strong. He was a 1-on-1 at the end. And Get Right had to make that count, and he did so, and it's now 7-2 in favor of fnatic.
Yeah, fnatic rolling through wemade Fox at the moment. This is another buy round for wemade though, so another test, but 7-2 is a scoreline that fnatic could only have dreamt about. But let us not forget, this is a game of 2 halves, and although fnatic are playing the harder half first, it's not over until the fat lady sings. Frag comes in. Wemade Fox lose LSW, their danger man as well, as it was DSN pushing in from the outside. Khan's just got himself the frag onto Solo. Termi does answer back up with not only 1 but 2 frags. DSN in the meantime got 1 back. Termi looking to flank as this fnatic side have 3 men up against wemade Fox's 2-man defense. Glow and Termi are the difference between fnatic in this round right now as Khan and Get Right move out of there. How on earth did he land that frag? Can you believe it? Continues to go for it. Termi finds himself, well, the frag of the day, and we're only in the first match as he drops himself down, makes his way. It's Gux and Get Right, the 2 new boys to hold on to this round. Gux does exactly that, and Get Right chimes in. Welcome to the G7, I guess that would be. Great play from the pair of them.
You know, fnatic, we've talked about this already, of course, almost like a broken record many times, but these 2 new players in fnatic have given the whole team a boost. They've kind of got rid of that whole stale attitude that, in my opinion, caused kind of the slump in form that we saw from fnatic last year with Archie and Inns. And I really think that they offer something new to this team, different, of course, in play style, different in attitude as well. And I think they're a lot more hungry with it. The fact that they're young, they're new in a huge roster and an organization like fnatic. They really want to win, and I think that rubs off onto Khan, DSN, and Forrest, who have been winning for so long that it almost seemed natural, I think, for them, and the hunger was almost gone.
Interesting comment in that Khan interview. I don't know whether I'll be playing in 2 years.
Yeah, that was a strange one. I mean, 2 years is about the time that fnatic roster were together in with the the formidable lineup that we saw, ranked as #1 in the world for quite a long time. Of course, that then dropped down, and well, in my opinion, Khan's still one of the best in-game leaders out there. He's, such a strong figure in the team, and he offers so much to fnatic. And it'd be a shame if he decides to quit or whatever he decides to do. Maybe he'll move up into management because he is that kind of guy. He's really smart and an intelligent kind of person that really knows about esports and really cares about it as well.
I mean, talking to DSN yesterday, he said he's loving the life. He absolutely loves still playing Counter-Strike. But for Khan to already have that shadow of doubt at the back of his head, it's surprising. But we're into this one. Solo's chimed in with an AWP frag here for the wemade Fox side. And Termi comes back with 1. Gux goes down. fnatic are 5 versus 3 against them. And it's not looking good for the Swedes as they look to make him. They're around the back with Khan still. They'll look to do as much damage as they can, but Glow is pushing out, as is LSW. No, they're not. They're going to just hold position. Get Right and DSN look to come in from the rear. I think that's going to be their avenue in on this round. It's one player there. It's Bale that should get fragged in the back by DSN on the other side as DSN goes up and gets it. Bale down. Oh, there's Termy waiting for him. There's that leaves Khan and Get Right in two minds, really. I don't think they need to save or want to, so they're going to go for this 2-on-4. But the clock is ticking against them. As the pair of them now begin to make their move, LSW finds one, and it's all on Get Right, who throws his weapon at his opponent. Take that, he says. And it doesn't do the job.
Yeah, that was a round down for fnatic, but they're up to 9 already. Tosspot on T side, and we'll kind of get onto that a little bit later. I mean, it's a good point for discussion at half-time as far as that goes. But, you know, for me, DSN, this tournament has been so much better than we've seen him for the last year, you know. And I've said this to Harley himself, so I've got no kind of qualm saying it, you know, out in public, that last year, in my opinion, he wasn't as good as everyone else. He had real bad times, and it seemed like almost when he showed up, that's when fnatic did well. And at the moment, he is doing very well. He's playing quite formidably even, and always seems to be there. He is a reliable character. He's the kind of guy that maybe not always gets these clutch situations or goes huge with the frags, but he's always constantly fragging, and that is a real big help for fnatic. But when he doesn't do it, I don't think fnatic perform their best. And as we've seen this tournament, you know, new lineup, 4th place in the Continental Finals. They've got to be happy with that. At the moment, wemade Fox are picking them off one by one, and actually Gux will be the last man standing, at least for a while. He's picked off by Solo in the end, but that will bring the score, Tosspot, to 9-4. We have 2 rounds to go, and if they both go to fnatic and make it 11-4 at half-time, wemade Fox are going to struggle for sure on that terrorist side.
Yeah, definitely, but wemade Fox have won the last 2 rounds and are beginning to find a little bit of momentum. Perhaps they hadn't quite woken up this morning, although they did get an extensive warm-up before this match. Both teams did, so there can be no excuses as wemade Fox now get themselves into position. Bale cost himself 5 hit points there as they now set themselves up. Nades coming in from fnatic. Their funds must be stretched at the moment as Khan edges his way through, collects the AK from the dead body of Gux. Now those two will shoot a few into the ramp room, but Termy's HE claims the life of Get Right, and this is not going to plan for fnatic. Their 9-round start is being pegged back. DSN Khan make their way through, and Termy laps up the frags one by one. DSN and Forest both down. It now leaves just Khan, and he can't do it all on his own. fnatic 9, wemade 5.
Now, 1 round to go then in this first half, and of course as it hit half-time, not overtime just yet, and of course it's group stage, so a draw is possible as well here. fnatic surely are going to be the happier team going through. Of course they have 9, they could make that 10-5 here on the terrorist side, which, make no mistakes about it, you know, Nuke is that CT-sided map, you know, it is the map where you'd be expecting 10, 11, maybe even 12 rounds or more even on that CT side. At the moment, Termy and Bale and LSW going to work, and fnatic falling like flies. DSN was the only man to offer anything for the fnatic side in that round, and it will finish 9-6 at the half. fnatic have a 3-round lead. They now move over onto that easier CT side. The pressure is surely on wemade Fox.
It is, but I think they took a little bit of away from themselves with those last 4 rounds at the end of the half. So I think it changed things greatly there because they were staring down the barrel of a gun, really. Their start could have been much worse. So it's possible. Remember, CS is a game of 2 halves, and fnatic, well, they'd be expected at this moment to go on and win this game, but you can never underestimate the Koreans, and well, I'll be interested to see how this one finishes.
Well, on the stage at the moment, we have Matt Ryder. Look out for the special cap, by the way, with Sam Matthews from fnatic. Let's see how Sam's doing after that first half.
Sam, your team's been together for only a week with the new lineup, but already they're looking like a well-oiled machine. And I just get the feeling that your players are a lot more relaxed going into this game than wemade Fox. Would you say that's the case?
I'd say the guys, we got Khan, who's a very experienced leader, and by his side you got Forrest and DSN, some of the best players in the world. So, they've been playing with Get Right for a bit longer. They know his playing style. We trust that he's good enough. So it's kind of like, the glue is all that's missing. And I think, the more we play, the better we get.
And how do you expect this second half to unfold?
Well, everybody says that CT's easier, but it's 9-6. If they win the pistol, it's an even game. And, as a CT, if your money economy's bad, we can just double eco all the time. It really comes down to how you spend the money and how you can control that money spending.
Well, let's see what happens. Back to the commentary booth.
Thank you, Matt. We are ready to get this one back underway for the second half. Joe, wemade Fox always have been this team that pull a rabbit out of the hat or something along those lines. Is it going to happen now?
It's hard to say, in my opinion. I mean, when we saw the continental finals of Asia, actually a lot of teams had good T-sides. I mean, if we go back to Dubai, for instance, then in the local qualifier, almost you would have said Nuke was a T-sided map there. Crazy things were going on. But, wemade Fox can play the Asian style, the, run and gun kind of method that can be so good, on a T-side map. But the thing is, it's new, and it's so fast to rotate between the two bomb sites. You can drop down vents very quickly, and that's, of course, why it is a CT-sided map. And I think that if fnatic take pistol from there, it shall be plain sailing. If wemade take pistol, then this game gets a lot more interesting. I think the fnatic heads may drop a little if that happens.
Yeah, very true. And fnatic know that this is crucial. If they can pick this one up on the pistol round, they can put all thoughts of a wemade Fox come back to bed, and that would relieve the pressure very quickly. But the last pistol round went very, very badly for wemade, but they're looking like they're going to follow fnatic as they charge straight on through into that radio room and into the ramp. It's exactly what fnatic did, and following up with that opening frag, it's now going to be a frag coming in for Forrest. They need that one. They pull it back to 4-on-4, darting down the ramp. Excellent shot. No, Bale picks him. Bomb planted, now coming around that corner. Get Right comes in with one, but LSW, who's playing like a man possessed right now, gets two in, and fnatic find themselves with Get Right on 3. And this is a tall order that he's not up to, and wemade pull up the pistol round.
Yep, that makes this game so much more interesting now, as Sam rightfully said in halftime. If wemade take pistol, which they did, this game is all level again. Of course, on T side against the CTs, if you win pistol, then the CT side can't afford those guns. And unless something goes horribly wrong for wemade Fox, they should be able to level this game at 9-9. And as I said, this group, although on paper maybe not the strongest group as far as the names go, actually this one's the one that's kind of maybe not decided as much as the other. So every game really counts for all these teams. fnatic in the continental finals of Europe lost just one game in the group stage. And well, they'll be looking to kind of repeat that form here as well. If they can do that, of course, they will go through. Let's see how wemade handle this one. Actually, it will be fnatic who get the first frag of the round. Khan takes down Solo, and wemade will make their way now around towards the CT spawn. Get Right gets himself a second. Termi will pick off Get Right on the outer side though. Bale also getting himself a frag in the meantime. Termi picks off Gux in midair. Oh well, Khan at the moment is feeling very, very lonely. 1 versus 3. He's only got a USP and only 44 HP. They all rhymed, by the way. Khan will look for the frag. The bomb will be planted on the lower side here on Nuke, which means that Khan will now have to work his way around, trying to get himself back onto this bomb site and get a defuse. 1v3 with just a pistol, and actually LSW will be there. LSW, for me, I wasn't sure about the whole, bringing him into the side, how that transfer would work out, but so far, he's looking amazing.
Yeah, he really looks a good pickup here. Begun well in the second half, was the strongest player in the first half for them, and is very much warranting his place in the team right now. However, Still a lot of CS to be played as fnatic and wemade Fox are about to be all tied up at 9-9. So they will make their way across with Bale leading that assault for wemade Fox. Going down into the ramp room, find themselves the opening frag. DSN's the man who's gone for him from it. And the wemade Fox machine rolls on down into that bottom site. Gux does claim one back. Turtle powered, he says, as now the bomb will go down from wemade, and it leaves the 3 fnatic players that are left alive, actually outside the site. Oh, no, completely outside, in fact. And that bomb will blow. The fnatic ones are looking for anything that may come out. They're coming on in now as the first man goes down. Khan is the man who'll get the frag for fnatic, and that'll be the end of it. As wemade Fox pick themselves up. Round number 3. It's the first buy round, Joe.
Yeah, first buy round, and of course the score is all tied up at 9-9. I just heard a clap coming out from Simon. He knows this is an important round for fnatic. Of course, they're on that CT side, and after such a great first half, obviously they lost pistol, and that's why these 3 rounds have come in. Not really a true reflection on how this fnatic defense is going. And you know, for me, fnatic were always a very good CT-sided team, especially with Inz in there, who, in my opinion, one of the best FAMAS players in the world. Often called him Mr. FAMAS in rounds that he, you know, just dominated with that weapon. But we'll have to see here how fnatic can hold. Of course, they have a bit more spice in their lineup now, in my opinion, with Inz and Archie gone. Get Right is a lot more aggressive, for instance, than Inz was. But I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing as far as you know, a CT side on Nuke goes. We'll have to see how fnatic decide to play this one out. Forest at the moment is up on the gantry, looking down in towards that outer side. We have Bale and the rest of wemade Fox inside of lobby, waiting for fnatic to peek out, and hopefully for them getting the first frag. Bad grenade from Bale, and that will actually injure his teammates. Forest has gone down to solo. That is one frag that will make wemade Fox smile. They know that Forest can do so much damage to this team, and with him out of the game, things look a lot more, well, easier for a start. Solo will pick up his second onto Khan, and Solo on the outside on his own, really doing a fantastic job of maybe making an opening here. Look at the timer though, only 30 seconds to go, and wemade have to make a move. They are going to be making a move into that upper side. Flashes will go out from Glow. Gux is going to go aggressive. He gets himself 2 frags. Bale and Glow return there. DSN will find Bale, and Glow will now go down for the bomb plant. DSN pops out. He is now the only man left. It's a 1 versus 1. Solo versus DSN as he comes up the ladder. Solo was watching. Probably not the best time to peek, but you saw with the clock ticking away that DSN didn't want Solo to get the bomb down.
Yeah, and I think this is a very, very difficult position now for fnatic. They're going to go down, and the Koreans have proven that momentum is their middle name. They have won now 8 rounds in a row on either side of the half, and they need to keep this up. And the longer it goes off, until fnatic break that momentum, this game is going to swing the way of wemade Fox, and dangerous times for fnatic. Of course, it is they have bought FAMASes here, which would suggest, well, they got quite a few frags on the board, the fnatic side, so that may buy them some time, but that FAMAS is powerless against Solo's attack. His AK clears himself that frag up. Now it will be Bale to come in and get himself one. Get Right's FAMAS downs Solo. fnatic still a man down though. And remember, if they lose this round, it could be curtains for them as they make their way through. The wemade Fox side have got 4 charging around the outside. One player though behind them is Get Right, who is ready to do some damage, as he's already been downed as I'm scanning through them trying to find him. And clearly he can't go and do some damage, as now it is 4 versus 2. Forest will make his way around that side, looking for action, looking for, well, Koreans, and he gets one. First little burst, downs Termi, pulls it back and makes those odds slightly more in favor of the Swedes. There's still a man down now rather than 2, and Gux and Forest looking to move their way in. Oh, great frag from Bale, down Forest and makes it a 3-on-1. It's all on Gux as he makes his way across towards from the radio room. Good frag from Gux, downs Bale, Bomb has been planted though, and that'll account for little as he decides to save his weapon and get out of there. fnatic though, now are in trouble. 9 rounds in a row they've lost, and the scoreboard reads 11-9 wemade Fox.
Yeah, those rounds are mounting up here against fnatic. Gux, of course, looking to save his weapon. The money situation not that good for fnatic, and that means that every weapon saved is also money in the bank as well. So fnatic now look to bounce back. I'm guessing this is going to be an eco for them. Yeah, 6th round usually is losing everything like that on CT side. Yeah, it's going to be Deagles for fnatic. Well, they'll spend that extra little bit of cash and hopefully for them hit some heads with wemade Fox on the entrance. Forrest will actually sit here waiting on the outside in a sneaky ambush position. Gux will put that M4 to use here as LSW goes down. That's a big frag for fnatic. LSW has been the strongest player in that wemade Fox lineup. DSN going to pick here as well. Gets himself an AK. Well, now back right into that that ramp room. So that's one area of the map that should be secure now for fnatic. They do have those 2 rifles waiting in there. But of course, they have the man advantage as well. It's 5 versus 4. DSN is up in the rafters inside of ramp room in that sneaky position. Looks like wemade Fox could be going though for an upper push through the main door. They do go in there. Solo will take down Get Right, and wemade Fox are all over this bomb site. Solo will find his second onto Khan. Bailey's there to follow up as well, and Forrest can't do anything in that situation. Gux will bring back 1, but he's now finding himself all alone. 1 versus 3. Looking through the smoke, and he couldn't see Bale, who did spot him. And that will make it 6-0 in this half, and 12 rounds to 9 overall.
Expensive for fnatic, for wemade Fox in that last round, and almost very good from fnatic. Getting that first frag by pushing Gux out was very clever because, you know, in a Deagle round, you may as well roll the dice, and it gave them a second weapon, but wasn't enough to convert, and that now sets us up in a situation where every round from this moment on is must-win fnatic. They've lost the last 10 rounds now. They're going to lose their first man as Forrest goes down. There's a smoke in the middle there, which is why that looked a little odd. DSN and Gux find a frag, but Bale comes in with another one. There's DSN extending himself past the radio to claim the life of Bale, and fnatic lead this one by a man. Fox is glows down as well, and Termi is 1-on-3. fnatic are about to stop the rot and say game on as Termi and his 55 points of health go down. And fnatic have got their first round on CT, and the score is 11-10 to wemade Fox.
12-10.
12-10 to wemade Fox, apologies.
We don't have our usual abacus that we have in the studio so that we can count to 16. And you know, you'd think it'd be easier at our age, but well, you'd be wrong.
Too old.
Too old, yeah, that could be it as well. wemade Fox now look to build back on this lead. They don't want to let fnatic get any momentum moving on. Don't let them get any confidence back, because fnatic look almost down and out with those 6 rounds building on them. wemade Fox, full of confidence, have to bounce straight back and pick up a round. Bale will be the first man into the lobby, as he will grenade out into the hut. HE is returned there from the ramp room. Well, that will have done, yep, roughly 24 points of health away from Bale. wemade Fox continue just to spray, and that's one of the beauties about Nuke, of course. The walls everywhere are paper thin, which means that you can spray through them, take away the health from your opponent, so before you actually go in and attack a site, you can actually take that health away, make it an easier job. And that's, of course, what most teams do early on in the rounds here on Nuke. Bale, at the moment, looking to move through this door. Get Right will get his first frag, and a second, and a third. Khan will chime in as well before going down. Forrest will finish things off. And well, fnatic all of a sudden become vocal, and it will bring the score to 12-11. This game is going to go right down to the wire. Pretty much expected that that will happen. The case is, you know, who's going to win, because at the moment I can't see one team that's really saying we're going to win this.
fnatic is showing some great mental strength at the moment. They're making sure that, you know, when the chips were down, they could still come back. And that's something that you can't say of many teams. That mental strength is a real asset. It comes from the manager, it comes from Khan, it comes from age in the game that 3 of those players have got. So good stuff for them. wemade, I don't know whether they've got that, because now real questions are being asked. They went on a Galil round here for one guy, so they're clearly low on low on money. And this gamble had better pay off. They've lost the first man. They've lost another. Termi's down as well. And that pulls us back into a 4-on-2 situation. Only Solo and Glow alive. And, well, Solo's going to have to go Han Solo if he wants to take this one. Oh, those puns get worse every time. I think I've thrown that every time I casted him. As Glow will make his way slowly towards the radio room, but Solo and Glow are on opposite sides of the maps, and now we're going to have to work very well together if they want to pull this one off. Get Right's waiting for Solo, and he doesn't even look. And he goes down, and Glow is going to find the frag that he had no right to get onto Forest. It does pull us back to a 1 versus 3. The bomb's completely isolated, though. Glow probably expects that. He's got 20 seconds to play with as well. He's heard that gunfire. fnatic have actually just cowered around the bomb now, and will make his way toward that bomb, firing around every corner as he goes. But it's not going to happen, and he'd be advised to save his weapon, and he does. So fnatic tie us up, and this is a really, really delicate situation now. wemade are going to be forced to save, you'd imagine. fnatic will take the lead. Do wemade have it in them to come back again?
Well, the problem is now that they're on the eco, of course, that means that generally this next round is going to be going to fnatic, and that will put them, of course, up to 14 rounds. No, it won't. It'll put them to 13 rounds. As I said earlier, we can't count. And in my opinion, fnatic at the start of this half looked kind of down and out, almost like they're giving up the ghost. And, well, wemade put 6 rounds in a row together. But now fnatic seem to have got back into it, have managed 3 in a row themselves. So wemade Fox, at the moment, are being controlled as far as the money goes. And that's an important factor for fnatic. They keep winning these rounds. And wemade Fox are going to buy, save. And at the stage of the game where it's 13-13, sorry, 12-12, you know, those rounds build up very quickly, and when you have to save for 2 of them up to 16, then it makes it super, super hard to kind of come back and bring your score.
Yeah, it does, particularly when you have Gux, who is... Gux and Get Right on this second half have been the top 2 fraggers for fnatic, and showing they are more than just back at the race, more than just embedded into this team. They're now showing up the old guard, and fnatic take the lead. We've got 5 rounds left. It is 13-12 to the Swedes. It's a bye round for wemade Fox. And, dare I say it, but this could be the match-defining round. So, here's must-win for both sides. DSN looking to stretch those Swedish legs in towards the ramp room. Great work from him, but the frags are already coming in from Gux and Get Right. And in the match-deciding round, the 2 new boys have decided to show us exactly what they've got to offer. Solo's down to just 3 points of health, and DSN finishes him off. fnatic are flying.
I think great positioning there from DSN, and a good decision to go aggressive. Actually, wemade Fox didn't push that way, but it really helped them out. And it will push, of course, fnatic now up to 14 rounds to the 12 of wemade Fox. And, well, of course, the first 1 to 16 is the winner of this game. We are playing group stage, so we will continue to play all the rounds. We can maybe get some score updates. Obviously, we are in group stage, so there are other games going on right now. Of course, we'll check out Read More and get those scores on the board. At the moment, we have Gravitas SK is live. EG beat XGO 16-14. Wow, close game. 25-5 Alternate over Crackclan. That's a huge victory for Alternate there. MIM beat MIBR 23-7, and MTW beat Mirror 20-10. So I think no real kind of surprises in that situation. At the moment, SK are beating Gravitas 12 rounds to 9 as well.
Yeah, some very, very big scores there, and I think, well, only the closeness of the EG score is the biggest surprise I can see there. fnatic are going to claim themselves another round, and they edge themselves towards victory here. 6-6 in this second half. They are now on match point, and that takes us to 15 rounds to 12, and it is all to play for wemade Fox. Every frag counts. They must get 15 more if they want to take this one. And I struggle to see it being possible for them the way they've been going.
Of course, this is the first game of the day, and fnatic, wemade Fox, we say this, or we have been saying this throughout this tournament, that this could almost be a finals game. And actually, every game we're going to see today is pretty much like that. Of course, we're in the global finals now. We have just the best teams here at the moment. wemade Fox not going to give it up, though, and they have come into this bomb site. They've got the bomb down. Termi will get himself a frag onto Khan, and it is now a 2 versus 2. Get right, picks off Termi. It's all on Solo to save the day here for wemade Fox. Forest comes around. Good games called. And fnatic will take victory. Of course, they will play those final rounds out. And, well, that score difference is so important in a tournament like this. Usually in a group stage of a tournament, you know, you have those favourites in every group. And almost when you get to 16, you give, well, not give up, but you keep playing, but you take your foot right off the pedal. In this tournament, I feel, with the, you know, the kind of closeness in skill between all of these teams, that those rounds really do make a difference after 16.
Yeah, they definitely do, particularly if you see scores like Alternates, which was 25-5.
Yeah, they definitely didn't give up and slow down.
But I was really disappointed by wemade Fox in that afterplant situation. Solo was in a horrible position, left there by his teammate, and I thought they took their foot off the pedal, but it demonstrates the momentum here. wemade won 10 rounds in a row. That's their almost their entire scoreline. And whether that's a flaw of the game or it's a flaw of wemade, they need to work on that, because they had opportunities to have several buy rounds, and they just were made to look pretty average when they weren't winning. So I'm disappointed by the Koreans.
Yeah, me too. And I don't think we can read too much into this game, and maybe even into this tournament from wemade Fox. They've got a new lineup, although fnatic have too, of course, and so have a few teams here. But I think wemade Fox maybe need a bit more time. As we spoke to their manager, obviously in in China at the Continental Finals, he said they're practicing 12 hours a day, and from that you'd be expecting a little bit more. That will be the end of the game. 9-6 the second half, which of course makes it 18 rounds to 12 overall. And fnatic, perfect start to this group stage, and you can see exactly how happy there Sam is with his new player, Get Right. And I really think that fnatic have got off to a good start here against wemade Fox, and that's exactly what they needed to keep the confidence going. According to Readmore, at the moment, the score between SK and Gravitas is 13 rounds to 9, so that's maybe a bit closer than SK would have hoped from there anyway. But Gravitas, at the end of the day, are a good team.
Yes, they certainly are, and I think SK would look at that lineup and say, well, we've got bigger reputations, and we should be finishing this off. But that's not how it goes these days. Just ask Alternate. And, well, wemade Fox have lost to fnatic. fnatic have picked themselves up a double 9-6 victory, 18-12 the final score. Very good play from the Swedes. They were asked one big question in the middle of the match, and it was, can you compete? Can you stop the rot from 10 rounds down? And the answer was quite strongly, yes.
Yeah, fnatic, for me, came out full of confidence. They really kind of did well in that situation. And, you know, this new lineup, as we said at the beginning of the tournament, okay, the Continental Finals, 4th place, great start, but every single game they play, they're going to improve because they get to know each other more, their strats kind of fit in better, everything starts to gel that little bit you know, more. And as Sam said, that they've got those players there, they all know each other, they all like each other, and all they're missing now is that kind of glue to really stick the team together, to keep them, you know, as one almost. And I think that glue is just simply matches. You know, they need to play those matches on the big stage together to get the experience of playing together, get everything right. Another quick score update: 13 rounds to 11 in favor of SK. So Gravitas may be on the comeback there. But before we talk a little bit more about those games, let's continue to focus on Fnatic versus wemade Fox. On the stage, Matt Ryder is joined by Gux from Fnatic.
Well, that was an intriguing game, Gux, to say the very least. And you're a new face on the IEM circuit. Introduce yourself to the world.
Well, I'm a new player and I played in one known clan before and it's Blank, and we played some strong games in Sweden, but maybe not internationally. But yeah, my name is Rasmus, though.
Okay, now you were instrumental in winning that game for Fnatic. You played like an absolute beast. wemade Fox managed to put on a bit of pressure and pick things up in the second half. Do you feel that they're going to be a major threat in this tournament?
Yeah, of course. Koreans are always strong and well, they play like crazy, so you never expect what they're going to do. So, but we played a strong game, so.
Now, I heard that the Fnatic team has been getting Swedish meatballs from IKEA, because there happens to be one near the place where you're staying. Do you think that could have an outcome on your performance in this tournament?
Of course, Swedish meatballs are always great, and it gives a performance boost, so thanks, IKEA.
Thanks for your time, and good luck in the later stages of the tournament. Back to Joe.
Well, they were.
Dan?